Strange thing. Well, I don't know if it was strange, but I overheard this conversation earlier in the week, and then someone sent me this video about building wealth, and it was something. It was a similar theme in both events. The first guy, I was at a restaurant, and he was an older guy. He was talking to his friend. He was just really distraught, very distraught. It's like I did all the right stuff, went to school, invested my money. Apparently, there was an illness in the family that took a lot of their on-hand assets, and here he was, 65, I believe, and he had to go out and find a job because the event that happened, the health event, plus their investments were regressing. And he was just sitting there with his friend, was like, well, at least you have some stuff. It's like, at least your house is paid off and everything. He said, I know, but with these bills that we have at the age of 65, our retirement income is not enough. Then I got this video and was listening to it, and the guy said something that I've just realized for a long time. I've met very few people who became wealthy from investing, and especially in the stock market. Very few. Real estate, once again, I know people who have leveraged many houses, but I only know a handful who actually houses are completely owned outright. And to me, real estate is not so much like investing in stocks and bonds. It's totally different because there's a hard asset. There's something real tangible. You can go look at it. You can, it's collateral. You try to go to a bank now and talking about collateralizing stocks and bonds. We used to be able to do that. Now they're kind of like, well, we may collateralize 10% or 25%, if that. So definitely some things to look at. But the whole thing that really stood out to me was everyone that I know who is well off and continues to be well off. And understand you can have a business, and if you leverage it, and if your business is on a house of cards, bad things can happen. But people that I know who are solidly wealthy and got their own business. I know one guy, he's relatively young. He's 39. He and his friends started a business once they got out of college. First few years were kind of rocky. They were going through iterations, but they just sold this business like 2 years ago. I think he said for like $9 million. Now, understand, people go like, well, they ain't a whole, to me, $9 million is a lot of money. He had to split that between his partner because they had a 50-50 stake in the business, but he's 38 years old. I estimate, because I don't know all the parameters if they had loans or whatever, but any way you slice it, at the age of 38 years old, he came out of this thing with millions. At 38, millions. Now, to compare and contrast, average person in a lifetime makes 900,000 to 1.4, 1.5 lifetime. That's everything. That's, from your summer jobs, lifetime. That's what the average person makes lifetime. So you got to really think about that. And I know, was reading this thing where youngest under 40, all these people still come about making all this money. None of them got there by investing. They all got there by building a business, building something tangible, something real, something that, you can see and understand. To me, just to me, building a business is a better path to creating wealth because you get to drive it. Whereas investments, you can't drive investments. And investments can drive you. Investments can go sideways. Investments can be really rocky. They can create a lot of different things. And this is one of the reasons that I have changed up what I'm doing. And it's more about building businesses, creating businesses. Initially, all of the information that's coming out right now is hustle based or motivation based or mindset based, because I want to get to the business creation stuff after that. So, essentially, if you are looking at what's going on now, I'll do this beginning of next month. I'm not going to do it now because there's some things I need to do to get that offer ready. But essentially, I will really stay on this course because I look at what building a business has done for me. And the thing is, I consider myself to be relatively young. I still got a lot of, the tooth isn't as long as it's going to get. And building businesses has created a level of freedom for me that most people don't get to enjoy until retirement. Be able to wake up this morning like today, or to take off when you want to, just to do what the heck you want to do. To me, that's very, very important. I'll tell you why. After the storage auction deal, and I started with the writing and the books, I had an event where it was a long time where I didn't really have to work that hard and the money kept coming in. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is very nice. And understand, it wasn't even close to the storage auction money. It wasn't even close. But what I got for what I was putting out was I would put out one and I would get 10,000 back. In the storage auction game, I would put out $100 and get maybe $300 back, or $400 back, or maybe 500, or a really, really good one, I may get 2,500 back. But that wasn't the norm. The norm was to triple the money or make 4 times the money. With this, there's another thing that happened, and this is about building a business. Take the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel would make more than most people's part-time jobs. Say, because I did some year-to-date studies on that. I looked at where I was this time last year, and just on the AdSense, it was double where it was last year because the channel's bigger, there's more videos, more people are watching. That goes back to the principles of building a business, of putting together some stuff that is more robust than just trying to do the investment thing. Because it's an investment in your time, but you build something. Like the videos are something that I own and I control. I can pull them down. I can put them in other places. Once again, with stocks and bonds, you can't do this stuff. And I looked at where I'm heading, and I'll just give you the plan, because I looked at, let's take the storage auction business, which is a great business. You buy stuff, you sell stuff, you can build stuff. Within 2 years, a person can get to a very good income in the storage auction business, even now in 2014. But you're going to work your ass off, and you're not going to control a good part of your day, because when the auctions happen, Monday through Friday, between 8:30 and 5:30. So if you want to go get stuff, you have to be available during those hours. And sure, you can take off and choose not to go, but when you build a storage auction business, you have to feed the beast. So if you don't have any products, you don't have a business. And that's one of the things. Whereas this is different, and this is very, very different, because the way that I'm building this business is I'm building this business to create time on the front end. Many people will work, right? Invest, save, buy their house, send their kids to college, do all this stuff. And then when they're late 50s, if they're lucky, they can kind of kick back and go, oh, we can take trips. And oh, now what about if you can do all of that at a much earlier age? What if you can do that, say, next year or the year after? So you get to enjoy, because to me, the greatest wealth of all is freedom. I mean, what is money if you don't have freedom? And what is money if you don't have good health? Freedom and good health, to me, are operating in the same tangent. So you have good health and you have freedom, and then you have money coming in that isn't dependent upon being somewhere all the time. Because say you get your thing geared where you got to work hard 2 days a week. That's a win. Okay, so you work like this thing in the hospital. When I used to work in the hospital, this thing called Baylor, where you would work every weekend, 12-hour shifts, I think 16-hour shifts. Yeah, I was doing 16-hour shifts See, this is a long freaking day. So you work 32 hours, but you get paid for 40 and you have Monday through Friday. If you really think about that, that's a win. Now, what if you get to pick your days? And this is where I'm really with the creation of content, writing books and doing stuff, because I can write a book today. And this is one of the things that, from being a lifelong reader, being a member of a book club, take Zora Neale Hurston. When she wrote her books, she wasn't recognized in her day. But, first after she died, they was like, oh, wow, she's a great writer and all this other stuff. But I've seen this time and time again that someone will put out a comic book or a movie, not a movie, a book, something, and then it catches on later. Now, the way that I'm thinking, the more stuff you put out, the more opportunities that you have for that thing to catch on at some point. And this is why I'm in a really serious creation mode, because I know how this thing works now. This is my 5th year. We are, 2 weeks and some days from my 5th year of doing this, the anniversary, July 17th. And I've studied this, and there's a group of what's called mid-list writers. There are people that have, they're not household names. There's people that know them. There's groups. They have fan bases, but they're not like Charlie Sheen or, Charlie's Third. They're not household names. But this is the thing: you don't have to be a household name to become wealthy in the United States of America. You don't even have. I mean, there are people who became wealthy, millionaires, and the only folks who know of them are the people in their city. That is how many people we have.
What's up, peeps? About to get started. Make sure I get this in the right area. Okay, we're doing something really different. Really different. Okay. If you have an Instagram account, or I think you have to have one to comment. Most people do, I'm assuming. If you got a question, ask your question here. That's right. Ask your, if you're on desktop, you can sign in your question here. And there it is. That way I can see your questions and I won't have to keep switching back and forth, or, I could pull out my phone and look at the questions and answer the questions in real time. We don't have the lag. One of the reasons that I stopped doing so many Hangouts was it's still kind of messed up, because if you're familiar with the Hangout process, it's great, it's awesome, it's wonderful. But if you're not, it's very confusing, because there's 3 ways you can ask questions, and people just kind of get confused and lost. And when people get confused, you lose people. So go to my Instagram, Hustlers Kung Fu, and it's the very first picture right there. And just ask your question and I'll answer it. But while we do that, I am going to talk about the group, because this is the thing. There's some people, it's like, you're going back to Facebook, you're going back to Facebook, I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not going down that road again. And I'm going to show you some of the functionality of the group. Going again with, excuse me, being able to do topics and some that's, oh, I like this. We're already getting into it. I'll answer this question and I'll go back and I'll say, this is a cool thing, because what I can do is, bam, refresh this. Maybe try again. What's your daily routine to get shit done? That's a great question. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I'll say today is going to be a great day. First thing. Then the second thing I will do will either write at least 1,000 words, won't check email, won't mess around with Facebook, or if I don't write, I'll go walk for an hour. Now, that time is pretty sacred, because I've noticed that when I start my day off that way, it just seems to work really well. Really well. And it's just a routine. You have to have something. Something as simple as making your bed up can set your day off on the right foot. It's about creating habits and routines that promote efficiency and productivity. So that was pretty cool. And see how that worked? I actually saw the comment on my phone before I saw it anywhere else, and I was able to answer it just like that versus this lag and going back and forth and stuff. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's get into man, hold on a second. I forgot to mention the offer. What I'm doing is the 24-hour startup. I think I made it $24. I can't see it since I'm logged in. But what I'm going to do, I already hooked this up. Go to Instagram, and when you're in Instagram, go to, let's see, come out of there. Right there, hit that, and takes you right in there. So that works out really, really well. Let's see. Any more questions? Cool. That's it. All right. Now let's get back to the group. One of the things is the group, like, this is really cool. When we watch videos in the group, it just whites out everything. You can focus on the video. And this video has ads on YouTube, but for some reason, when it plays in the group, it doesn't have ads. I mean, so like I said, I'm loving it. Now there's a learning curve with this group, but the thing is, it's distraction free. There's a lot of cool stuff, and I'm committed to doing it. You know, there's not a lot of members right now. I'm not really concerned with quantity. I am concerned with quality, and I am like taking my time to build this. This is no rush thing where we got to get to 1,000 members, or we got to, no. This is about building something that's durable, that helps people, that educates people, and putting together a group of people who are engaged in improving their lives. So let's see what else here. Okay, I thought I saw a question there. Oh, someone liked the photo. Cool. But yeah, if you got a question, go to Instagram and go to Hustlers Kung Fu and ask your questions on the Hustlers Kung Fu AMA. Now, the cool thing about this, let's say this is over, right? And you got a question. You can just come here on Instagram, ask your question. Next time I do a webinar, or I'll go in there and I can answer it. Real simple. Put everything in one spot, because I know with all the changes, it's been really confusing. So I'm straightening it out. So if you're like, got a question, go to Instagram, hit this. It's always up. It's open 24/7. It's pretty efficient. And when I do webinars, I can go here. I can go over older questions. It's really, really cool. So it gives you a lot of bang for your buck. It really does. Now, let's see how many people are here in the Hangout, because I know there's a slight delay, I think 30 seconds for folks to catch up with what I'm saying. So once again, just go there, ask your question. I'll be flashing that. And I'm going to, I'm not going to show, I will take you into what's going to happen. And this is something else, and this is part of making all of this better. And I got a lot of stuff. There we go. All right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chapters of, just hit the icon, but this book, YouTube for Business. And I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on with that. And if you're a member of Hustlers Kung Fu Dojo, you're going to get this copy of this book as part of your membership. Don't email me. And this is happening this month. This book is going to be part of either 3 or 4 books. It's currently around 15,000 words. The first version is going to be 20 to 30,000, just depending, because I'm going back and forth. And, someone asked about self-publishing. I am typing this out every morning, and, I'll try to do 1,000 words in the morning, maybe 1,000 words at night, and just stay consistent and really go over it. And then later on, the next morning I get up and I edit some other stuff. But the reason that I am doing this is I made a miscalculation. YouTube is very, very hard. And most people of any level of intelligence knows this. And I've been like, hey, start a YouTube channel. Hey, start a YouTube channel. And people are like, why? That shit's hard. You put up some videos, you get 1, 2 views, you're looking crazy. You got to get a camera and you need all this stuff. And then I realized, because there's this saying, you don't have to change your message, but sometimes you have to change your audience. And then I went ahead into start talking into one of my business groups, and I just kind of started putting some stuff out. And these are some really savvy, heavy hitters. There's people who make, who spend 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a week on Facebook ads or in this group. And these folks are asking questions because YouTube is so mysterious. It's just really, really mysterious. And it creates this confusion because I saw one comment, YouTube is luck marketing, some other stuff. And it's not luck. You can really, once you learn how it works, you can make it work for you and you can make a lot of money. Let's see. Let's refresh that really quick. Once again, if you got a question, just go ahead and ask that there. I will go around and go into the channel. Let's go here and see if anyone is on the home page, because it's kind of funny. You never know where people come in and start leaving comments and stuff. So let's see. All right, let's go back and turn that off. And what is the fee for Hustlers Kung Fu Minds Mastermind Group? It's $300 a month, because the mastermind group, and I wasn't going to talk about that. That's going to be, all right. If you are on the monthly membership of Hustlers Kung Fu Dojo, that's your group. And I actually sent out an email earlier today because there was some confusion, because there are 2 groups. There is the Elevated Hustlers Mindset group, and then there's the Mastermind group. Now, what I'm going to do in the Mastermind group is start to do classroom training. And the big plan is, I talk to a lot of people in other groups, and the big thing is, how do you get traffic? That is huge, 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 huge. How do you get traffic? You have a lot of people who are spending, that's why people are spending all that money on Facebook ads, to get traffic. And it is definitely a big issue. And I think I haven't really paid attention to how big an issue is, because I get traffic. I put a good link, a good offer under every video. I'll get 30, sometimes 50, maybe 100 people a day opting into the email list. That's a lot of people. And part of it has been me making a decision on what I want to do. So this is part of the reason that Hustlers Kung Fu Lifeskills.com is free. It's free. I'm not, it doesn't cost me a lot of money to maintain that platform. A lot of people donate to the cause, so that covers the cost. And it's just, hey, here are some courses for you to get started and, start hustling, start making some money, start getting out there. Because what I'm looking to do is take my stuff to a serious level. Like I said, all of this is free. Enrolled, you get all this, no problem. I don't care. Good luck. I hope it works out for you, because I find a lot of joy in creating and doing this career thing. If you don't know anything about me, when I was a kid, I used to love to draw, and doing videos and writing and creating fulfills that. And it's a lot of fun for me, and I want to do more of that. So I had to make a choice, because you can't serve 2 audiences. So I let Hustlers Kung Fu go. Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills was like, hey, free. And that mentally left a lot of space in my mind. And then I start to focus on Hustlers Kung Fu Dojo, the mastermind group, and YouTube for Business, because that's where I want to go. And let's get back to the traffic, the things that you need to know. If you're going to do an online business, you've got three sources of traffic: organic, paid traffic, and influencer traffic. That's it. There's no other forms of traffic. That's it. That's it. So you got to figure out what you're going to do and where you fit into the whole landscape of this. But and I'll show you that, because I'll come out of here, but YouTube for Business, and I'll show you the new channel is going to be predicated for folks who already have an established business and they're trying to figure out this whole digital citizen, the digital marketing landscape. Because I was listening to a podcast and it kind of twisted my wig, because this guy said this, and this is, a nod to some of you. If you have 1 year of maintaining an AdSense account, an AdWords account. AdSense is, the ads itself, and AdWords is the people who hire folks or place ads, and the ads are distributed across the Google Display Network. And if you know how to do that, 1 year of experience, $60,000 to $75,000. 1 year of experience, no degree. There's a huge need. And I say that because if you learn how to do digital marketing, take a year and, learn how to do it let's put it this way. If you can learn Google AdWords to the point that you can support yourself, you will automatically have the skills to get a $60,000 to $75,000 job. And if you become, around year 2 to 3, it's 6 figures. And it's going to continue to grow. And this is why, based upon what's happening with Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram is owned by Facebook. Everyone knows that. And they just announced that they're going to start, you can start marketing on Instagram, and they've just made a lot of changes. And what's going to happen is all of this free organic reach that so many people have been enjoying. I mean, there have been people who have literally built $1 million businesses from the free traffic of Instagram. That's over. It's gone. It's just gone. And it's kind of funny. Let's see. Retracts. In business, do you do things you don't like doing, as is boring it seems I am? How do I get through that and not focus on fun stuff that are mainly just distractions? That's a really good question. What you have to do is focus on the outcome, because there's a lot of stuff, like I love writing, but there are parts of writing I'm not really fond of, but I have to do those parts. And part of that is I was using Dragon, the speaking software, but there was just so many mistakes that it made editing a nightmare. And with me, and here's a little tip for you. If you've got issues, because this is Grammarly. Let me flick over here. I'm not going to go away from that, but go in Grammarly. Grammarly now has this extension, this Google Chrome. Well, it may have been around for a while, but I just saw it the other day. And essentially, if you're in Facebook, if you're wherever you are, this extension on Chrome, it will open up all of this editing stuff. And what I've done this time, and I should have did it because I've had Grammarly for a while, is I am writing the book in Grammarly, and it's correcting all of that stuff as I write. Because let's see, this is a chapter. Now, if you've ever used Grammarly, because I'll go back in, because sometimes, but the thing is, it gets rid of all the misspellings. It gives, it's great. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. And you can, let's see, go here. And it's $140 for the year. I went ahead and just bought it for the year because I knew I'd be doing a lot of it. It's great. It's awesome, because now you can write your book in there, and you'll still have to go over it and stuff, but you will just get rid of so many of the errors that plug people, because most people, they don't really care. but it gives professional trolls something to start because they're bored with their lives. But yeah, you've got to focus on the outcome. Like, I like lifting weights more so than the other stuff, but I've reduced my schedule of lifting weights because I was lifting weights 3 to 4 times a week, doing a lot of heavy squats. But I needed to lose weight. I lost 30 pounds and I got like another 20 to lose. And I had to put aside what I like doing, which is working out, and go walk for an hour every day. That's how I lost the weight, plus some intermittent fasting. I'm not really happy with, having to walk every day, but that's what it takes to get the result I want. And the result is very desirable. So you got to focus on the result and reward yourself. Go ahead and reward yourself, because it's like, if like with writing, I write for an hour and 15 minutes, then I get up. I know whether I've got 600 words on the page or I got 2,000, I'm getting up, I'm gonna move around. And if I'm not feeling it, I'm done for the day, because it's the consistency that will get things done. But you just put yourself little rewards and stuff in there. Let's see what else. Also, speaking of distractions, because I got a comment in the vlogs, because let me tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. All right. This is replacing AM PM hustle. And essentially it's a lot of stuff that I used to do in those vlogs. But the thing is, and this is a business lesson, since I have started to clean up. All right. That's actually the new YouTube channel. And this is the thing. This actually will work with what I was just about to say. Okay. This is the only thing I'm doing on this channel is YouTube for business, nothing else. I'm not doing any, Facebook marketing, all this. No, it's YouTube for business. In the book, I'll get into why I'm doing that. But the thing is, with my YouTube channels, there's a greater focus on results and just becoming really, really good at what I do. Now, with this channel, I made a lot of changes. I got rid of Glendon Cameron Facebook page because I tried to merge them, but Facebook wouldn't let me. And I just created a new Hustlers Kung Fu page from scratch. Sometimes you just got to literally start from scratch. And this is what Hustlers Kung Fu is all about, is how to start a business, online sales and marketing, entrepreneurial life skills. Those are the buckets, and that's what you're going to get. And since I've really straightened this out, the channel's grown. It really is starting to grow. I'm getting more engagement. I'm also getting a lot of offers, but you won't see those offers because a lot of them don't make sense for the channel, because this is a business channel. Like if I get an offer from FreshBooks or Quicken or, LegalZoom, okay, I'll do that because that makes sense for you. So it's all about really hunting down and being really, really focused. So let's see. Go here. I think I saw something else. Okay. Let's see what happened with that. And I now have somebody over here. This is funny. Hold on a second. If someone were to start an online business, what would be the best way to attract a lot of new people through paid and organic traffic? I'm still struggling to understand this process. Okay, I've got an answer for you. What is the best way to attract a lot of new people? Okay, let's go up here. And this is why I'm making these videos, because that's a common question. And here it is. Here's just the answer. Just watch this video. It's only 6 minutes, but you're going about it the wrong way, because you're looking how to get a tactic. Like, let's use the boards, the little motorized skateboards that people went crazy about. Everybody jumped on it. They were everywhere. You saw, I was in a grocery store And there was these two guys, and they were like 6'4" and 6'7" on these boards, zooming around the aisles, right? And it just became this big craze. And then everyone got them for Christmas. Now it's over. It's over. I mean, there were people who got in early, they made money. But see, the thing is, if you keep following trends, because I'm going to give you some things that YouTube tells us, because I got a person I get to talk to who calls me and we discuss on my channel. They urge you to do videos for trends. Now, that's great for YouTube, but that's really horrible for your brand. And if you start a channel or a business or anything, you have to figure out what your brand is about. What you want to build is a brand. You don't want to build just a business. You want to build a brand. You want to have something that's memorable, because that gives you the ability to charge more money. You got to build a brand, and it's slower. It's not as fast or fun as tactics, because you can hit a tactic and make, $1 million in a month if you got the income to buy the inventory and the money for the ads. There are people who do that all the time. But the thing is, and I'm in the group with some of them, they're always hitting these low spots. And I know you're going like, well, if I made $1 million in a month, well, the thing is, you didn't make $1 million in a month. Literally, when I've seen this time and time again, someone will have a launch, they'll make 1.2 million or 2 million. And the Facebook ad cost is 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. And then they have JV partners. So I've literally seen people have a $1.2 million launch and take home 300,000. Now I know you're going like, whoa, that's 300,000. But once again, you don't have a continuing base. You have all of these launches, and I can tell you, launches can wear on you. They can really wear on you. They can take a lot of time to build. And what you're doing is you're not building a foundation. You're continually doing these tactics. But what's going to happen is 5 years from now, after the tactics wore out, you're going to have to do something else. But when you start building a brand and building quality service, quality products, and a following, you'll get to the point where you won't have to advertise or work as hard as you do with a launch. You don't make the money as fast as a launch, but you make the money more consistent, and you don't have all of these big dips that people who do a lot of launches have. Let's see. And all right, what's going to happen with these? I should just tell you what's going to happen with these little hangouts. After this is over, it won't be on YouTube. I'm going to upload it to the vlog so you can check it out there. So, because I'm really, this year and next year, I'm really about building out my video properties big time. Let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, I see some on Instagram. Let's see. How many times have you invested and made money versus vested and lost money? I feel like I'm doing the later too much. That's normal. That's very, very normal. I don't know if you know the story, but my first 5 businesses failed. So all that money I invested, I lost on the first 5 businesses. Well, first 2 lost everything. Third kind of broke even. Fourth broke even. Fifth broke even. Then I started GC Solutions, and I made the most money from any business ever. Then after GC Solutions, I got into the storage auction business. So what you're doing is you're buying your education. I know it's like you don't want to hear that. That's just like, hey, how can I get around this? But see, this is the thing. I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I will say this: if you've noticed, my videos are getting way more views, and I'm gonna show you something else. Like, since I've been doing my own work and not following everyone else and looking at getting my own numbers, I've learned how to do this almost at will. Sometimes I mess up, but there's some stuff, like I said, I got a YouTube person, and they'll tell me stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm not doing that because I know that doesn't work the way that I want it. It works for YouTube, but it doesn't work for me. All right. So this is the first, I did this last year, and this is me using the tactic, and I kind of slipped up, but I did that last year. I did that 2 months ago. And let's see. You go to page 2. Now, this is something else too. There I am again, 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 again. You see what I'm saying? I've got one, and on any given day, these kind of float around. And on mobile, now you should know this if you're doing YouTube, the search engine on mobile is different than the search engine on desktop. They'll be similar positions, but I've got like 20 videos when I look into the app. So essentially, I wouldn't have found this out if I didn't do my own work, because it's a little hack. Well, it's not a little hack. Actually, it takes a little planning, but this is one of the reasons that the channel is starting to grow, because when you do regular videos and just put videos out, like people are doing vlogs with names like I Had Cookies. That's just not going to work for attracting new people. If you're already in that circle, it works. But if you're not in that circle, it's a problem. So if you're just joining us, I'm answering questions on the Instagram. Just go to Hustlers Kung Fu and hit that Hustlers Kung Fu AMA. Just put your questions there and I'll answer them. Oh, let's see, where are we? Let me check this again. Like I said, once this is over, then it'll be in the vlogs. All right, let's see. Get Coffee Soup paid first. That's an interesting name. People need their own product because Amazon will be bankrupt. Alibaba is here building warehouses. Next monster will take out the river and buy eBay in 2007 or 2018. I did not know Alibaba was here. See, now this is pretty good, and thanks for putting that in there. I don't really keep up with the reseller world because I think what Get Coffee Soup paid first said, there's a lot of truth to that. I don't know if Amazon's going to go bankrupt, but Amazon has a hemorrhaging cash problem. And there's only so many years that you can continue to, quote, lose money and stay in business. So they're vulnerable. And I know that sounds really crazy, but if you look at my video, and this is the cool part about this, because let's come out here. I can show you, later on when you have more time, you can go back to the channel and watch this, because I did a video talking about 455 reasons Amazon's, let's see, there it is. 455 reasons I'm right. Amazon in the world of companies is 455, because I knew they weren't in the top 100, but I was surprised when I did the research at how far they are. There are several companies with way more money than they have. A few hundred, 300. There's 300 companies with more. There's 400 companies with more money than Amazon. Walmart, which everyone's like, Amazon's kicking Walmart's ass. Walmart is the world's 12th largest company. Number 12. There is no way in hell that 455 is going to beat number 12. That shit ain't happening. That's like a Cinderella story of the epic proportions. That's just not happening. I mean, Walmart has more money in the bank than Amazon is making. And recently I went to Walmart to get some charcoal, and for the holiday weekend, and they had all these pallets of charcoal, $5 a piece. And I walked around the store. Walmart is raising their game. They're raising their game with this, super clean. The checkout, because normally we go to Walmart, the checkout counters, there's only like 2 or 3. No, they're raising their game. So it's going to be very, very interesting what happens. Very, very interesting what happens. Let's see. Okay, let's go to Instagram. So I wasn't looking at my phone. What's a good ratio of knowing how much to invest? If I really want to make it, should I be investing half my net worth? Hell no. Okay. Good. It's a good way that you put this. All right. You hear these stories, right, of people who had it, because this is the thing. You're just like, hey, What if I lost it all? All right. Now, doing stuff like that is how you lose it all. Once you start to make some money, you got to do something which is called balancing out your portfolio. And it's risk management and it's estate planning. Say you did the business and you got $50 million for the sale of your business. Now, a fool would take that 50 million, put it in the bank, and go invest it in something else. That would be a complete dumbass. Now, someone who will get a proper financial education, if they already know, or if they don't know, they'll go out and get themselves a financial consultant to sector it. After they pay their taxes, if they're smart, and let's just say there's 50 million after taxes, 25 to 30 million needs to go into safe haven investments, or maybe even 40 million. You do not risk half your net. No, no, no. And see, this is something else. And this is one of the reasons that I changed the course of what I'm doing. Now, how much money do you think I invested to get this business started? Let's see if anyone can guess. If anyone can guess how much money that I invested to get this business started, I'll give you a free course. Yeah. And I'll hang out a minute too to see if anybody is going to guess it correctly, because I've mentioned it in videos. Let's see. And for anyone that comes after this, it's only for live folks. Right now, this is live, but later during the replay, all offers and things that's gone. It's over. So go to Hustlers Kung Fu Instagram account and put down how much, because this is where you're going to have to put it. You're going to have to put it on the Instagram. How much do you think that I invested to get this business started? And I will tell you that when in 2009, after we shut down the business, I had a lot of money in the bank, like 500,000 in the bank. Now, with that in the bank, how much do you think I invested to get my publishing business started? So I'll refresh this. I wish I had some Jeopardy music. Let's see. Young Carmen, 150. Nope. 10% of your yearly income. Well, see, this is something else. Okay. When you're not making any money or your business is young, you should invest as much as you can in your business. But when you get to a sizable distribution, that's when you need to take money out your business. Let's say the first 3 years, you're putting everything in your business to get it to a certain point. That's sane. That's sane. But if you got like huge lump sums of cash that come through your business and your business is able to not only run, but still grow, whatever you pull out, you need to put that away somewhere. One of my clients makes a lot of money and they buy a piece of property every month. Pay cash for it every month, because one of the things that we were talking about was, they were making a lot of money, and I was like, look, you need to start parking this cash, because your business, it's not going to always make this kind of money. It's not. I mean, I hope you do, but park this cash. Like take these these athletes, and they get a signing bonus and everything, and their first contract is like $8 million. Even with taxes, even with agents, if they took 2 million, because it's 8, they took 2 and parked it somewhere and didn't touch it, or be like beast mode, who saved all of his money, their grandkids wouldn't have to work. They wouldn't have to work. So let's see what else. Let's see who else has come close. Young Kingman, 350. James Milton, you invested 240. Nope. I remember you saying this, but I'm gonna throw out 1,500. Nope. 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 So let's see. Let me go back over here. But yeah, there's until your business is throwing off so much cash that it piles up in your bank, you're still building. So you're not in that investment thing. And here go people with Kevin Cameron, 10,000. Nope. Get coffee suit paid first. I love that name. 0. Nope. And I did mention it in several videos. It's in several early videos. And, since there's like 850 hours of content, there's probably no way you can go find it. Let's see, I'm going to refresh one more, because nobody guesses it. I'm not giving out the free course. Nope. I'm going to give you the trajectory of how I invested money in the company. I'm going to refresh YouTube one more time to see. Nothing there. Go with Instagram. Young Cayman, 500. Nope. Contest is officially over. I spent $285. Total investment, $185 went to hosting. I used a Sony CyberShot camera. Matter of fact, I will show you all these horrible early videos. And I did not put a lick of money back in the business for 2 years. And that's kind of another reason that I'm all onto digital products and intellectual property, because let's see, I don't need to get to video manager. I need to go here. I'm going to just show you. And I went to the wrong place. Let's see. I will show you the horrible videos. I didn't know any better. I mean, I was, after 11 months, I also will tell you that I put myself on the budget, $1,500 a month. And I gave myself 2 years to make this work. That was it. That was the plan. And if it didn't work, I was going to have to go back into the storage auction business or get a job. Because when you have, here we go. I had, like, you remember the white MacBook Pros, the little white MacBooks, little plastic ones? I had one of those in these videos. Then shit went sideways and somebody made off of my laptop. And then, let's see. It's this one with the black bars. Yep. What happened was when I had a Sony CyberShot, and it only shot in what's called standard definition. That's why, because standard definition is square. If you look at your iPhone and it says square, that's an SD. That's it. That's why I had these black bars. And for months, I was like, how do I get rid of these black bars? Everyone else doesn't have these black bars. How do I get rid of these black bars? That shit's hilarious now. Yep. There's a few hundred videos like this, a few hundred. And I was making money after the first year. I could have easily upgraded equipment, and I wish I had. I didn't know any better, because understand, I just figured this stuff out. I didn't really know any better, and it probably cost me $1 million because I didn't know better. But you learn. You learn. You learn. You live and you learn. So let's see. Let's get back there. I really like this Instagram thing because it's much faster and easier to keep track of, because sometimes YouTube will take comments out on the video. Let's see. After the contest was over, I guess you invested 20K or 285. Also, my question is, you're doing a lot of stuff. Do you plan out everything you do? How do you plan out everything? I got a big whiteboard. Matter of fact, what I'll do, this is what I use. Let's see. Let's go with this. This is Kung Fu Dojo. And where is it? I do this: scripted days and the power of 6. That's how I do it. Power of 6 is a productivity course, and scripted days is a visionary intuitive course. It's a little esoteric, but that's what I do. Let's see. Let's go back to YouTube. That's funny. The delay, people are getting the delay. Let's see. Let's see. Took your advice and took my VR market and 3D scanner out to my old stomping grounds, Smiley's flea market. Some of my old colleagues' eyes popped when I showed them what I was doing. I'm sure some of them would be customers and clients in the future. See, you take action. Take action. Good for you. Transplant Club. I've enrolled in your free online courses thus far. What you said about changing one's mindset has been very powerful. Amazing. My strength is creative writing. I'm trying to figure out how to leverage that into my own business. Do you have any suggestions what I can study? No, you just said it. Your strength is creative writing. Now, let me tell you what's about to come down on the internet. Let's see. I saw, what the heck? I don't know if I can find it because someone posted it in the group. But what's happening with Facebook ads, YouTube ads? Many people have ad block. If you have ad block, you don't see ads on YouTube, Facebook. Sometimes it slips through on mobile, but many people are just not seeing these ads. So what's going to happen is marketers are going to have to create shows. They're going to have to create shows to embed their marketing and product placement to sell to people, because ads, are just not going to work. They're very ineffective now, and it's just the trend that's going to escalate. So if you're as a creative writer, you need to go over here to, like, matter of fact, I'll show you something I did. No, oh, that's funny. I could have done all that stuff because I'm going to be putting stuff here and start putting your stuff out, because see, this is the thing. Nobody, like I said, this is my first thing I put out on Medium, and I'm just have to keep putting stuff out there. But if you're a creative writer and you're good, start putting your stuff out on Medium. Create a blog, create a vlog, and just start putting out a lot of content, but make sure your content is around a one topic and you become an expert at it. So let's see. Let's see. How did you know if a business was a success or failure, or when to know when to cut your losses? All right. This is a good question for me. And with digital products, like, many people get mad at me because I'll advertise something, and if I don't get enough interest, I'll kill it. That's the thing. If a bunch of people are going, I'm not really interested in that, it's gone. And I knew that I was profitable with Conundrum Publishing, because Hustlers Kung Fu used to be Conundrum Publishing. I just changed the name because it's really more about, that's the business thing. And I've separated the media company, Attention Graphics Media. That's what's, the YouTube business thing is going to be under. But Conundrum Publishing was profitable the first month. I just had to scale to enough income to live on. Because, see, this is one of the reasons you start businesses really cheap, is it makes it easier to reach profitability. But, a lot of these internet businesses where, people are investing 2, 3, 4, 5 million, 7 million, they have such a long way to go. And that's why they're so risky. You can go out right now, grab your lawnmower and get yourself 50, 60 customers and have an instantly profitable service business. Instantly. Just that fast. Josh Barr, currently participating in storage wars, buying and reselling to build capital. Is reselling a dead end? Should I take the capital I'm saving to invest in a different online business model? Is reselling a stable hustle business? All right. This is a real good question. And this is my opinion of reselling. Reselling, if you have capital, is a great business. If you've got 10 G's and enough money to live on without having to use those 10 G's, you can scale up storage auctions, you can scale up eBay, you can scale up Amazon. Now, the problem and the reason I didn't get back into reselling is it's a one-trick pony. Every month, you got to find stuff to sell. Every month, you got to reset. If you have a building, you have employees, you got overhead every month. Now, with what I'm doing, which also feeds into my desire to be a writer and a communicator, is I can put something out, and if it hits, because I put out a lot of stuff that doesn't do well, I can make money for months or years. And that's the big difference. And that's why I'm investing, because the thing is, someone can come on YouTube, watch a bunch of videos. If they've got the money, scale up their Amazon FBA to 7-8 figures in 2 or 3 years. That happens. But the thing is, a lot of these people are really intelligent. They have high profile jobs. They have great credit, and they have a lot of money. And they can do in 2 or 3 years with a person who's trying to flip their way up into it. They can do it 2 or 3 years with a person flipping their way up to it. May take 10. I mean, that's just the reality of it. But the better question is, what kind of life do you want to have? If flipping makes your dick, doing it. If you are like, hey, just doing it for the money, and you're like, hey, I want to do something else, find something else that, gets you horny, because any business you build is going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of energy and effort. And if you are not enjoying it, it's going to be just like you're building yourself a job you hate. So that can be rough. That can be very, very rough. And that's where I think I was going to end up with the storage auctions, honestly. It's just because the money was good, but it was a grind. It really was a grind. And I was not, how can I say this? Once I got out, I did not know how much I was trapped, because you got to go when they have the auctions. You don't make up the auction schedule. They do. So it makes a big difference. I got out of e-commerce for a 4 year. I want to grow into buying real estate and turn into a net worth today, 900,000. Should I return to e-commerce now that I have some cash? My cash is 30 grand. I would do this. I would sit down and ask yourself, how do you want to live? Because see, that's the key. Like the thing that I'm doing is fitting how I want to live. I hate traffic. I used to hate going up to Alpharetta or other side of town for auctions. So I built a business that keeps me away from traffic. I like a lot of free time, or I like a lot of the time I get to control. So I built a business that feeds that. So whatever kind of life you want, like, I'll give you an example. Say you want to get married and have kids, and do you want to be at home with your kids? Well, if you want to be at home with your kids, any business that's going to interfere with what you want in the future, you don't do. So you got to get really clear about how you want to live, and then build a business around that. Because see, my business supports the way that I want to live. Because the thing is, I've had all these trolls and stuff, but when have you ever heard me complain about this? In 7 years, going on 8, you've never heard me complain, because I don't have shit to complain about. I mean, because let's talk about trolls. I even said in the video, it's like all of these little fuckers who are fucking with me, they won't even be here in a few years. I give it a year. 99.8 of them are gone. And there's a few who kind of stay subscribed to the channel too. Oh, he put out a new video. Let me unlike it. Thumbs down. All right. Big whoop. I was homeless, bitch. You not liking a video on YouTube? Come on. I mean, really? So that's just stupid human tricks, but really, really spend some time figuring out how you want to live, and then apply your money and drive in that direction. Let's see. Like I said, I'm gonna put out better instructions and make sure that people, because the Instagram thing is a lot cleaner and easier to get up with, because it's just a quicker refresh. but this is pretty cool. All right, so we're at 3:51. I'm gonna shut this puppy down. So let me see, what was I gonna do? Because I got a little sidetracked. Once again, this will be up as a vlog at some point. Let's see. Come out of there. Come out of there. It was something I was gonna put out. Oh, it's already out. Okay. Be sure to go here and get your 24-hour startup course. I think I got it like $24. $24 for a 24-hour course. That is the special today. I'll leave it up until later on the night because I know some people are going to, yeah, I'll do that because I'm going to let this stay up for a while. I'll probably pull it down later in the night or in the morning so other people can check it out. And then I will turn it into a vlog later because that's the process. Because this is the reason I built this, because there's a lot of stuff that I can get into here. And, just be straight up with you. If I need to say something that is not necessarily politically incorrect, I don't care about that. But YouTube works like this. They're professional trolls. And once you get on certain topics, they will shut your shit down. Talking about women, talking about gay people, even if you're not homophobic, if you got a strong stance, I've seen people literally just for stating their opinion, get their videos deleted. And then I've actually seen channels disappear. And I'm serious. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to go down that road. Facts are facts. Look at the math. YouTube is a valuable asset. Now, what is my saying? Don't hate the player. Don't hate the game. Learn the fucking rules so you can win. So the rules are that if you talk about inflammatory topics on YouTube, you're putting the channel at risk and the traffic that it gets. So I then moved all my risky shit over here. So this is where I can say what I want because this is my domain. I can put this stuff out and I don't really have to worry about that. So there won't be, I'm not doing daily vlogs. It's just, I got 7. I just haven't processed it. And it'll just be, and I've already gotten a lot of comments that people like it. And I know why, because there's nothing else here. There's no distractions. I'm not going to put any ads on it. I will advertise my stuff, of course. But yeah, this is going to be a lot of commentary. Me talking about the building of these businesses, all kinds of cool stuff. It's coming your way. Let's see. So be sure to follow me on Instagram. So I'm going to put that here while we're here. Let's see. Just put this here. Be sure to so that way anyone else who comes a little later, because like I said, I'll leave this up for a while and then I'll pull it down and then put it over there to the vlog section. Okay, looks like we're about to wrap it up. Let's see, let me check here. Let's see. Do you ever fall off the wagon and not work for a few days, a few weeks? Any tips on getting back on the wagon? Last time I fell off the wagon was 2011 when my partner died in hospice. Yeah, I was fucked up for about 6 months. I barely worked. I don't really fall off the wagon. I do this. If I've worked because, with the redesign of the channel and setting all this stuff up, we've been working a lot of hours. So if I don't have a consult, some days I'll just wake up and I'm not working today. And that's been happening like every week. So I'll just take a day off and I'm just not doing anything. I won't be on Facebook. I'll go to the gym, go hang out, have lunch with friends, play with the dog, So that happens every week because there is no use in having money if your health is fucked. Well, there is use in having money if your health is fucked up. If your health is fucked up, more money actually helps with that. But there's a certain balance that I've learned to take because I'm not going back to the hospital with 4 bleeding ulcers. That's not happening again. So if you're doing what you like to do, you're not going to have that kind of situation because I could literally do this 20 hours a day because it's fun to me. So that's kind of the thing you got to make. And I will say this, going back to when I started this business and I made a deal with the universe, which is kind of funny. And I was like, if I can make $50,000 a year, I'm all in on this writing thing, because I went in with realistic expectations. I didn't think I was going to make, 7 figures. I didn't know I was going to do courses. I didn't know I was going to create all this stuff. I didn't know, but I knew that if I could write and make, 50 grand a year, and I will quantify that with my hustling skills, because, when I say that, people are like, oh, 50 grand. But the thing is, at that time, when I made that deal with myself, I was the kind of guy that could turn $1 literally into $100 or $1,000. I still have those kind of skills. So $50,000 from writing, then, maybe 50,000 from hustling, or maybe, went back to the storage auction business once I got my handle on the writing thing. So I had a lot of options because I had a lot of potential. I have a lot of skills. It was a little different for me. Let's see what's here on the internets of YouTube. Let's see. Man, a lot of people got mad that the one correctly guessed the 285. That's funny because I've put that out several times. Because all of a sudden I just noticed there's like all these dislikes. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? I was like, oh, haters. I'm going to hate. Let's see if there's anything else before I shut this down. All right, that looks like it's it. Like I said, you can go to Instagram, click that link, get the courses, watch this a few more times if you desire, and I'm going to pull it down and upload it as a vlog someday in the future. All right, so thanks to everybody that came out. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.